Hey coaches, welcome back to Flag Football Nation. I'm Coach Adam. And today we're going to be doing something a little different. So, majority of this channel has been about the offensive side of the ball when it comes to flag football. I know I released a defensive tutorial regarding the 1-3-1 defense, but today I want to do something a little bit different. I was kind of in my mad scientist mood when wanting to incorporate something different than the traditional defenses that you see 5-on-5, whether that's the 2-1-2, the 3-2, the 2-3, the 4-1. Those typical defenses that I break down. My how-to series, how to beat this defense with this amount of plays or whatever. So I wanted to do something that was a bit different. Um, but really, what I wanted is I wanted a defensive formation that would be able to disguise coverage and then also would allow uh, to disguise pressure as well. So you couldn't really just see who the blitzer was. And so what I've come up with is this 0-5-0, or just what I call the psycho defense. And the reason why we call this is um, a lot of the NFL teams now are moving into a trend on defense where on passing downs, they'll line up everybody on the line of scrimmage, and the whole point is to disguise who's going to come and who doesn't. Um, so they call it a psycho front in certain terminologies, and so this one is going to be similar. So it's going to be called the psycho defense. Um, so I'll give you a breakdown on what this is. So I have my players numbered. They do not have positions. So red is 1, yellow is 2, blue is 3, green is 4, black is 5. Or you can just go by color. The reason why is because each position doesn't technically have positional responsibilities. So any of these players could come if that's what you decide to do. So how I have this set up is in NFL flag, the blitz line is at 7 yards. So we're going to line up everybody at 7 yards. And, that's what I've seen teams do, especially in the older age groups where passing the ball is more relevant, is that they're willing to give up that amount of space, since you only have 3 downs to get 20 yards, that or four plays if you don't elect to punt, that allows us to give some cushion here because we're in favor in terms of yardage. The offense has to get 5 yards every single play in order to reach midline, or if they do it in three plays, that's roughly 6.3 repeating yards per play. So we're willing to give up 5 yards or whatever in order to do this. So if your blitz line is 10 yards, then I wouldn't recommend doing something like this. But this is just my mad scientist scheme. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through base coverages that you can run that don't have any blitz, and then we'll go ahead and break down various. Well, we have 5 coverages in this defense that I've had so far. You can mix up however you want. You can flip the play to send various different blitzes and stuff like that too. So hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go ahead and get into it. So our first play is going to be the cover 0 fake blitz. And so what we have here is number 1 and number 5, where red and black are going to be our deep 2 defenders. They're going to each have half the field. And then 3 is going to be, or blue is going to be our middle defender. And then yellow and green are going to be our flat defenders. But yellow is going to come in and look like they're going to blitz, and they're going to fade off to the flat. Okay, so you can flip this as well. to where if you want green to be the blitzer here, you can flip it to where they now blitz, or you can send both of them, depending on what your league rules are, and then you can just have yellow in the flat as well. So that's just our basic cover 2 scheme. And now we go into cover 3. So cover 3 is just red, blue, and black are going to be the middle three, the deep 3 defenders. Cut the field into thirds, and then yellow and green are going to be the middle to short. Anything in front of, keep them in front of them. Any short yardage. If anything deep's coming, you pass it off to the deep defenders. But really, we're looking for short routes here and capitalizing off of them. And then if you want like a prevent kind of, third and long, if they get past midfield, but they barely made it past midfield and it's third down and you're guarding the end zone, you can have a cover 4 here where, you have 4 defenders defending deep while one is, covering kind of the middle of the field. You can also send them on a blitz if you choose to do so. That's entirely up to you. You can also do that with one of the either green or yellow for the blitz as well. But just make sure that you have a player in the middle of the field that can cover some grass, and then you can send any of these, green or yellow. You could have blue do it if you wanted to do it too. If you want blue to go, you could sacrifice a flat here. Here, and then maybe, have 5 kind of on an island if you choose to do that. Maybe 5's your best player or black's your best player. You could do that. So, or if it's versus trips, I'm not going to be very organized with this episode. So if you have trips here, let's say it's, trips to the right, okay, and you want to send a blitz, maybe you have blue go, and then 4, green, you're coming across, making sure there's nobody deep, and then 5, maybe you're backing up, seeing if anything is developing in front of you. If the quarterback throws the ball to your direction, you come and rally. So there's different things that you can do with this. The whole point is to be exotic. The whole point is to cause confusion, and then take advantage of those things. Okay, so now we have Psycho cover 2. This is just a box coverage, 2 deep here, 2 flat, and then a blitz in the middle. Very similar to the standard 2-1-2, but we're doing it out of this Psycho formation. And then so cover 2 trips, we're sending green here, and then you have the middle defender in case anything comes across, and then you have the red as the deep half, yellow as the flat, and then you really have 5. Again, maybe they're not in a flat per se, maybe they're just kind of looking for work here. They back up towards maybe a deep half, and then if they see somebody come and catch the ball, they rally to it. So it's just, we're having the blitz come from the weak side. That way the quarterback is wanting to move, in this direction to, find a receiver that's open, and that's exactly where we want them to go, is towards where we have the most defenders. Okay. So another coverage that we use in this is a cover 0 look. And so cover 0 versus doubles, what we're having is number 1, man up on the outside receiver to their side, yellow to the slot, blue to the center, and then 5 or black is going to line up with the single receiver to their side, and then 4 is going to go. So if, 4 is this defender here, and maybe they motion this guy across, then 2 is going to go. I would teach my kids, if you're uncovered, that you're the one blitzing. Okay. and then 4, you'll be man-to-man on the Z here. Okay, so that's what I would do versus a doubles formation. Okay, now against a base formation where you have a running back in the backfield, since both 2 and 4 are technically uncovered because there's nobody near the line of scrimmage for 2 or for 4, I would send them both. So I would send them both, and then keeping an eye on running back here. If the running back goes, on a flat route over here, then I would want number 2 or yellow to start heading that way, but then go and cover the running back. All right. So, and then vice versa. If the running back fakes a handoff and then goes this way, I want green to blitz, but then I want them to, go and guard this running back while 2 continues to come. Okay. So, again, what we're doing is we're really wanting to disguise coverage, but then we're also adding pressure into it so that the quarterback feels rushed. We want them to make bad throws. It's just different things. We're causing confusion. That's what we want to do with this scheme. And then Psycho cover 0 against trips. We have everybody across the board. Against trips or overloading to one side, we really want to shift over. Just so that we can adjust, especially versus cover 0, whenever we are man-to-man on different receivers. So that's just something different. So I know this is kind of a, the reason why I call it Psycho is because I have a feeling some of you are probably going to call me crazy. Why would you run this? Why would you run this defense? Well, that's what the whole point is. The whole point is we're, thinking outside the box. And I would love to see what other coaches come up with. Now, I'm generally an offensive-minded guy, so defensive coaches, if you like defense and you come up with some crazy coverages for this scheme, I would love to see them. So, if you want to email me what you come up with, I would love to chat about it. That goes for anybody. If you want to talk ball, you can reach out to me at flagfootballnation9@gmail.com. Come join the Patreon. Send me a message on there. I'm on Reddit at flagfootballnation. So if you want to come talk ball, I'd love to see what you guys come up with. If you have any, you're looking for any suggestions regarding what to do in this situation, come talk to me. I'd be more than happy to talk ball with you guys. So thank you guys for watching. This is Black Football Nation. I'm Coach Adam. Redefine the game.